Welcome to Opinions in 10, online posts and biblical opinions in under 10 minutes. Starting now. Okay, today's post comes from Blue Crusader 33. Am I the jerk for refusing to pay my friends back for dinner? For context, myself, 2 other guys, and 3 girls went out to a steakhouse today. Not a date type of thing at all, simply grabbing some food after hanging out. The 2 guys got 16-ounce steaks, while I opted for a more modest 8-ounce steak. The girls all got food as well as alcohol, which we all know runs pretty expensive at restaurants. When we finished eating, the waiter came over and asked if we wanted to split checks. Before anybody could think about it or consult, my one friend immediately said, "Nah, just one check." The girls looked pretty shocked, and I just looked over with a "what the heck, dude" kind of face. The other friend is kind of shy and just went along with what the first guy said. The tab came out to be $164, and the guy who opted for one check didn't even have enough funds on his card to pay for it. So the other guy paid and said we could Venmo him back. Even after this, the girls insisted on paying us back for the food, and were pretty firm about it. But guy number 1 continued to shut them down and kept saying, "Nah, we got it." It's nighttime now, and he's demanding me to Venmo him $55 to cover my share of the tab. I explained how it wasn't fair that he essentially volunteered me to pay for their food. I got the least expensive meal out of the 6 of us, and yet I'm paying as if I ordered half the menu, and being told to just suck it up and pay. Oh, and by the way, we're all college students. Personally, I'm paying back loans as we speak and working part-time. I intentionally order smaller meals at restaurants and rarely go out. Now I'm expected to just throw $55 out the window for no reason? Am I the jerk here? Well, this is pretty simple, though obviously not to some people. Let me explain. When a group of people decide to go out to eat, whether it's at a 5-star restaurant or McDonald's makes no difference, there is a tacit social contract in place, which dictates that each person pays for his or her own food unless that social contract is renegotiated by someone who wants to pay for more than his share. This principle is based on the common standards of human decency as well as the long-lost practice called manners. Specifically, the moral application which would make this a standard of behavior is one which dictates that a person should not bless himself by another person's hand. This is perhaps taught most famously by Jesus' teaching about behavior at weddings, in which he teaches that you should take the worst seat and be invited into a better one, rather than taking the better one and being told to move. But moving beyond basic manners to explore the nuances of this situation, the tacit social contract we spoke of was indeed changed. But the manner in which it was changed is suspect. First, we have one of your friends volunteering to pay the entire bill, which relieves everyone else of any obligation to pay for their share, only to find out that he does not have the money to do so. The second change occurred when the next friend then volunteered to pay the bill with the understanding that the members of the party would pay him back. But then a third change happened, when he told the girls that they, for some reason we don't understand, didn't have to pay their share. This was followed by, if you can believe it, a fourth change in which 3 people split the tab on a dinner for 6 at a steakhouse. Mind you, all of this was done without consulting anyone involved. The guy just told everyone what they were going to do with their money and expected it to happen. But further, the first friend did give his word to pay and then didn't do it for exactly the same reasons that you are giving for not paying a $55 tab when you didn't spend anywhere near that much. I.e., it was beyond his means to pay it. And everyone is just okay with the first guy not paying because of that. What's the difference here? Why does he get off the hook for something he committed to, but you can't just pay the bill you're responsible for? Why the double standard here? Here's a question worth considering. You stated that this was a friend group that went out to get steak with nothing romantic going on, even though there was an even split between men and women. So, why didn't the women have to pay? It sounds like they emphatically tried and were shut down. It doesn't make any sense to me that he wouldn't ask the women to pay him back if he didn't see this as a romantic gesture of some sort. If everyone pays and you still decided to split it evenly, that's $55 versus $28. My suspicion is that your friend is either interested in one of the women at the table or that he's trying to make a reputation for himself among women. After all, it's very easy to be chivalrous with other people's money. I get the impression that your friend group flies by the seat of their pants. They do whatever idea seems good in the moment without thinking about it. It seems like he wanted to impress these girls, and now he wants you to cover it. I'm going to draw from Moses here. The 8th commandment simply states, "Thou shalt not steal." You might think that it's not really stealing because all of the money is being paid back. It's just split up. Isn't it actually stealing if you don't pay him back what he's asking and then he's missing money? Isn't he the victim here? That would be a false statement, though. After all, you didn't eat $55 worth of steak, and you were careful not to overspend what little money you had. Further, you didn't agree to any of this. Solomon further teaches what Moses said. In Proverbs 20, verse 10, he writes, "Differing weights and differing measures, both of them alike are abomination to the Lord." He's talking about not being honest in dealings with money. A dishonest vendor in the Bible days may have decided that he wanted his customers to receive half a pound of product and pay for the full pound instead. And he would then rig the scale so as to make the customer pay more than he should owe for what he's getting. In the same way, your friend knows what you owe and is trying to get more out of you than you rightfully should be paying for it. He's stealing from you, whether he gets fully reimbursed or not. This was his decision to do things this way, a decision that involved you, but you never agreed to, nor did anybody talk to you about this. You weren't even presented with this. Now, if he wants to impress the girls by paying for his own meal and theirs as well, and then allowing you and the other friend to pay him back for your tab, there's no problem with that. That can be managed. But to make decisions with other people's money that cost them far more than they should owe, that's stealing. And you need to stand firm and say no. That'll be it for today. If you like these videos, be sure to like and subscribe. God bless.